what's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. And tonight I'm going to talk about a couple of different topics that I've been seeing going on around social media. Now, I have so many videos that I need to complete that I already started on. I need to sit, edit them, and get them to you guys. I have interviews that I've done that I need to sit and, edit them so that I can get them to you guys, and so much more. But in the midst of me working on some videos to produce to you guys, I wanted to talk about this whole Drake situation and him suing UMG because of the song Not Like Us. Now, a lot of people have been having a lot of conversation about this whole action that he is taking against Universal Music Group. And people have been saying that they feel like he is taking an L in his career. He's ruining his legacy. And there's also people like Funkmaster Flex who are saying that this was a good move and that he was correct in this action. And then we also had conversation about the fact that this may be an attempt to try to get Kendrick Lamar to not be able to perform Not Like Us at the Super Bowl. There has been so many conversations about this topic that I decided to create a video talking to you guys about it. Now, I'm a person who, when people would ask me who is my favorite rapper, I love Drake's music. Okay, I love Drake, the artist, but I am a person who, as years has gone by, I have noticed that I find myself liking the art more than I like the actions of the artist a lot of times. For instance, I love Summer Walker's music down, but her actions as an artist in her personal life, I don't really resonate with a lot of the things that she do. I be thinking like, girl, you be doing some bird-bearing stuff, and it just be crazy. So the older I get, the more and more I'm liking less of the people and more of just separating them from the music that I enjoy. And I'm trying to figure out if Drake is going to be one of those people that is on that not really a fan of the artist but like the music list, because this whole lawsuit is kind of interesting, because on one hand, Drake always goes to bat. He's always going in battles with people. He's always ruining careers. You seen after he battled with Meek Mill, Meek Mill ain't been the same ever since. He battled with Pusha T, and Pusha T revealed that he had hid his child. But even with Pusha T revealing that he hid his child, that didn't really do nothing to his career. People were still bumping his music. And in this beef that he had with Kendrick, he alleged that Kendrick was putting the paws on his woman. He alleged that Kendrick's woman was sleeping with his close people. He alleged all these allegations against Kendrick Lamar, but because the allegation that he felt was damning on his behalf performed by Kendrick Lamar, now he's saying that he is defamed. But is rap going to be the same anymore? Now, we've seen how this whole situation played out with YouTube, right? First, it started with, it was never before seen an entertainer or celebrity suing a YouTuber. Then we saw how Cardi B was successful in suing Tasha K. Then it just was left and right, artists starting to try to silence people and trying to silence critiques and silence people who they felt were defaming their names. And you got people kind of like maneuvering different as it pertains to YouTubing. Now we see Drake is one of the first artists who is suing somebody in a rap battle, and it begs to question whether or not this is going to shape and change the game of rap in rap battles as we know them. Now, it's going to be really interesting if this is successful, because if it is, then you could just chop up battle rap altogether. Because if you say something that somebody don't like in a battle rap, and the whole premise of dissing and battle rapping the person is to say the most disrespectful thing against your opponent, if you can now sue somebody for defamation, then the whole rap battle dissing each other is going to be no more. Now, I acknowledge all of the comments in the comment section. Thank you so much for all the people who are giving me compliments on my look tonight. I appreciate you guys. I do see you guys, and I want to say thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate y'all. But going back to Drake, so I just want to know what y'all think. So some of you guys may have heard about this lawsuit, and some of you may have not. So I'm going to pull up this post from the Shade Room and read some of what it says as it pertains to this lawsuit and what Drake is alleging. So in summary, he's basically saying, listen, this song is only popular because there was artificial things like AI and bots promoting this song, pushing it to the masses, giving it extra plays, making it more popular, which shoved it down more people's throat, which spread the defamatory claims even further, and it is a hit to his reputation and so much. So that's kind of what it is in a nutshell, but let's just read. Actually, I'm going to read what it says on MSNBC. So there was an article by a guy by the name of Jahan Jones, and he wrote an article on MSNBC, and it says Drake lawsuit blames big tech for the L he took in Kendrick Lamar's lyrical beatdown. And so it says rapper Drake, who once dismissed artists who take wait, what? Drake is taking legal action with the lyric "a cease and desist is for," seems to have had a change of heart. So it says, after taking a lyrical drubbing from the Pulitzer-winning rapper Kendrick Lamar this summer, in a petition filed Monday in New York, Drake launched a legal attack against his own record label, Universal Music Group, and Spotify, which he accuses of harming him by allegedly boosting Lamar's song, "They Not Like Us," which was a scathing diss track aimed at Drake and his associates. It says Kendrick Lamar is also signed to Universal Music Group as well. It says Drake's petition, which seeks information to support a potential lawsuit, claims that UMG and Spotify engaged in a high-tech scheme using bots, reduced licensing fees, and paid influencers to boost the song illegally. A second petition filed in Texas alleges that UMG engaged in a pay-for-play scheme with iHeartRadio to help boost the song, which the petition also claims defamed Drake. So it says UMG provided NBC News with a pretty scathing response to the first lawsuit. It says the suggestion that UMG would do anything to undermine any of its artists is offensive and untrue. We employ the highest ethical practices in our marketing and promotional campaigns. No amount of contrived and absurd legal arguments in this pre-action submission can mask the fact that fans choose the music they want to hear. So that was UMG's response to Drake, and basically saying, listen, the people wanted the song. The people liked the song, and they listened to the song, and that's what made it popular. Okay? And so, and sorry, it was half cut off. I didn't even realize I kept that part, the screen up there. So anyways, it says Spotify declined to comment Tuesday to NBC News, but its website says the platform has practices in place to prevent artificial streaming. As you might imagine, Drake resorting to the courts for help in the midst of a rap beef has been met with some pretty savage mockery. After all, Drake himself has put baseless claims about other artists, including Lamar, in his tracks, and he used social media influencers to hype his music. And he's also taken advantage of shifts in the infrastructure of the music industry throughout his career. So in some ways, it seems Drake is raging against the machine that made him. Now it looks like a messy legal battle is on the horizon, which could shake loose all sorts of details about the inner workings of the music industry. One thing is for certain, Drake has made history as the first rapper to take legal action against big tech for the L he took during a beef. Now, this goes on, the article goes on, but I just want to pose something. So, we've seen when artists go against big company, okay? Now, a lot of people, when Diddy got jammed up, they attributed his downfall to being that he tried to sue that large liquor company that he was partnered with, and they allege, now I think that, stuff, I'm not sure that I buy into that conspiracy, but that conspiracy was posed by a lot of people that once Diddy tried to take legal action against the liquor company, that's when his downfall started. Now, we've seen Drake with a lot of young girls. Now, I'm not saying that he's dating girls underage. I do not know that information. But what I will pose is, do you think that now that Drake is going after his own label that has been working with him for a number of years, in their fight back, do you think it might be a possibility that allegations far worse than what Kendrick just pondered on his song possibly can now come out? Who is Billie? I'm just going to look up something real quick. Who is Billie Eilish label? Billie Eilish record label. I just want to look up something real quick. Okay. It says her record labels are Interscope and Universal Music Group. Interesting. So, so I just posed the question that will there be artists signed to these labels, contractually obligated to these same labels, that have had interactions I don't know. It's interesting. But there was a lot of people who responded to this, and Joe Budden was the person who also responded. And I thought that Joe Budden and Drake were cool, but I guess not. And basically he was I'm sorry, I logged into Twitter and I seen a picture that was funny. Let's see. Issa, you said I'm on to something? Child, let me know. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? That's all I'm trying to say. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Also, hit the like button if you guys have not already. I mean, clearly it's time to hit the like button if you haven't. Let me check here. Also, most definitely make sure that you hit the like button, because I think that for some reason it seems like YouTube is shadow banning my lives. Like, as soon as I'm done live, my videos perform, depending on the topic, how they're supposed to. But like, while I'm live, the amount of people that come onto the live is just not, the math is not mathing. So I feel like I'm shadow banned. But anyways, that's another conversation for a whole nother day. So make sure you hit the like button. But let me try to pull up what Joe Budden had to say about Drake.
That could even have the thought. Stop with this shit.
No, but that's his point. His point is the rank and file artist is getting fucked because they keep crowning one person who takes all the energy out the room. If we stop that process, now Joe Schmo can get a chance. That's his whole.
All right, let me go to the more pointed clip of what Joe Budden had to say about Drake.
He's a selfish, lying, manipulative sack of shit who has made enemies for 15 years, and now we're here at the fucking boiling point.
They both could be true.
You've been behind the scenes, being the biggest sack of shit you can possibly be. I'm not here to fucking play games with you niggas. Niggas know what it is out there. That's it. And he's fucking white. And he's Jewish. And he had too much dip on his chip. You have been behind the scenes, hitting niggas' baby moms, sending money to niggas' baby. Yo, dog, you been back and sending messages to this nigga's wife, talking shit about fucking, hey, but this nigga's mom died. Hey, all that's cool, but where my beat at, nigga? I don't give a fuck that your mom died. Dog, this nigga's been a sack of shit behind the scenes, and because he got fans and had Lucian, everybody just get to turn a blind eye. The blind eye days are done.
All right. So that's what Joe Budden had to say. He said, and you know, a lot of people was wondering, they're like, why everybody jumping Drake in these beefs? Like, why we hearing from Future and Metro Boomin and then Kendrick and then back to back? We started hearing all of these people going after Drake. And according to Joe Budden, he's saying that Drake been doing undermining stuff behind the scenes for some time now. They said that that Drake trying to hit people baby mamas, giving the baby mamas money, and going and doing backbiting stuff. And I mean, that's what Joe's saying. And so if he was doing slimy stuff like that, that would make sense why all of these rappers decided at one particular point to go in on him and all of that. Nubia says, Neek, I think you're shadow banned too because I stopped receiving your notifications for months. Yeah, YouTube be hating. Like you do one topic that YouTube does not like, and they'll smack you on the wrist, like just like that. And it's just like, what's going on? But anyways, so let's see what Funk Master Flex had to say about it. Let me pull this up. So Funk Master Flex shared his opinion on the matter, and this is what he said. He said, Drake is 100% right. National play per song. Drake don't pay for play. Pop / I don't know, is that CHR radio? It says it's 350,000. Urban radio 250,000. Mix show 100,000. Local mix show director 40,000. Local DJ 3,000 to 5,000 per song. DJs on the radio 5 days a week. This is why independent artists don't rise to the top. All you artists know I ain't never take a dime from you, your manager or your labels. Bomb has no price. So what he's saying is these DJs are being bought. These streaming services and all of these things are being bought to promote the particular person that's able to pay for it. But my whole thing is, why are we waiting till now to put a spotlight on it? You know, like this sound like if that is a practice of the industry, that seems like it's a practice that has been going on for quite some time. So you know, what's that given? Let me see what else. I was trying to see other people's reaction. I could have sworn there was a post on the Shade Room with everybody's reaction to the lawsuit. Maybe they deleted it, or maybe I'm just tripping. Because I could have sworn there was a post that was showing everybody's reaction to the lawsuit. Anyways, moving on. So, let's look here at someone speaking about if this can impact the Super Bowl. So let me pull this up.
Prevent Kendrick from performing his banger Not Like Us at the Super Bowl next year? As us lawyers like to say, it depends. What does it depend on? If Drake were to file an injunction, he may be able to stop Kendrick from performing the song that way. However, he would have to get the court to agree and grant the injunction. But a lot of courts are reluctant on granting injunctions, especially that are related to defamation lawsuits, because they do not want to impede on our First Amendment rights, which is the right to free speech. Remember, this is not legal advice, okay? So take this with a grain of salt. This is not legal advice. Could Drake's potential lawsuits prevent Kendrick from performing his banger Not Like Us? Does Drake even have a potential defamation lawsuit? Is it a valid claim with merit? If it is true, the allegations, there is no case. That is a way that you will defeat a defamation lawsuit. But if there is no truth to it, who knows, it may be valid.
All right, so that's what she had to say. And let me see what's her name on here. That's an attorney, the G Law, Madiva Legal. Okay, so they basically gave their opinions about it and all of that. Now, let's talk briefly about, moving on to the next topic. Let's talk briefly about Cenat's stream and Sexy Red coming onto his stream and my reaction to that. Now, I think that it is amazing that Kai is able to get all of these celebrities to come onto his stream, and he is doing this subathon, which is him streaming for all of November, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, nonstop streaming. And he has curated this guest list of people where he has all of these things to keep his viewers entertained for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and so on and so forth. He's brung on SZA and Lizzo. He's brung on Snoop Dogg. He is right now, he has, I think, Kevin Hart and Drewski. Before that, he had on DDG and Halo. He's also had on Kodak Black on his stream. And he has had on, I think he had Bill Nye the Science Guy on his stream. And so much more. So he has been getting quite the guest lineup of people coming on his stream. And it has been a lot of, controversy of Kodak Black popping a pill. And then the next day, DDG had his son on the stream. And then people were like, oh, his son shouldn't be on the stream because people were popping pills. And I think that each guest is its own entity, like each guest has their own little set that they do or whatever, and one guest doesn't influence what the next guest got going on the very next day. So I don't think Kodak Black being on there one day impacts his son, DDG, and his son being on there the next. The one thing that I will say, though, Sexy Red was on there, and she came with her posse of people. They were, turning up on the stream, and there was them basically playing games and smoking weed and all kind of stuff. And there was this controversy of this guy who did a magic trick, and when he was basically doing his magic trick, he like pretended like he was hanging himself, and it just was a lot. So I just think that Cenat going forward, I think it's good and innovative to figure out ways to keep your audience engaged and watch your stream and break records and go from, the most high Twitch streamer with 500 subs to now he has like 600 subs of people who are streaming and subscribe to his platform, and he's constantly breaking records. I think that all of that is good. I support him in doing that. The only thing that I would give a critique on is just because the platform allows you to do certain things does not mean that you should do certain things. Like, for instance, I guess on Twitch you're able to smoke weed on there, right? And he had Sexy Red on there, and she's just blowing trees, and he has Snoop, and Snoop is blowing tree and all of those things like that. And I think that if he is going to do these streams that are mainly targeting young youth and children and adolescents and teenagers, I think some of it should be a little bit PG. You know what I mean? Like, of course, Cenat is a grown man. He's not a child. He is not a teenager. But if you have a certain type of audience that is looking at your content, and the majority of the people looking at your content is teenagers and young preteens and things like that, you should kind of tone down some of that type of stuff. Like, you can have an entertaining stream. He had Lil Uzi Vert on there, and when he had Lil Uzi Vert on there, I didn't see Lil Uzi Vert pull out any weed from when I was watching it. Now, if he did something when I clicked off the stream, then that's something different. But, it kept my attention. They were playing basketball at first, and then they went from playing basketball to coming up with things to make it act like they were going to manage Lil Uzi Vert, and like saying how, oh, we're going to do a rap song, and oh, I'm going to let you manage me for a day. And it was just something to keep the people going and keep them entertained, and people were buying into it, even though they weren't really going to do it. It was something that's like they were coming up with ridiculous demands that Lil Uzi Vert would ask them to do, and then they would do. And it didn't involve them, smoking or doing anything. Also, he had the, what's the guy, the Detroit tactical trainer, the guy who like teaches you how to like snatch a gun, and the guy who like does the survival training, the light-skinned guy from Detroit. He also had him and his daughter on there, and they were like, teaching Lil Uzi Vert, and they were teaching him how to like take this gun and stuff like that is okay. Like those type of things it fits for the audience. Like me as an adult, I'm able to watch it. And then the children who are younger, it's something that they can watch too. But some of the stuff when you just got like, people blowing tree and you hotboxing in a car, and you got Sexy Red just blowing tree and walking out, and is she doing a bump? Is she not doing a bump? And then she's saying she rolling weed, and then the baggie don't look. It just, to me, it just gets too convoluted, and it feels like if you planned, there should be certain restrictions and guidelines. You get what I'm saying? Like there should be certain restrictions and guidelines. Like, even though the guy who did the magic trick, He said that he is pranking Cenat with doing that hanging magic trick. Some stuff is just like what did you expect to happen if he got a rope around his neck and he's telling you to pull a string? Like, what was supposed to happen in the magic trick? You know what I mean? Like, certain stuff is just, I can't get behind. You get what I'm saying? Like, certain stuff, it just has to be better thought out for the audience that you're promoting these things to, and how impressionable all of these children are. Like, for instance, when he had Sexy Red on there was this 16-year-old boy. So this little 16-year-old boy, they're playing the game with these pool noodles, and basically you put on a helmet and then you turn your back to the crowd of people, and then one of the people with a pool noodle whacks you upside your head. And then once the person whacks you upside your head with the pool noodle, then you got to get up and guess, who hit you with the pool noodle. I'm going to show you guys this clip real quick. And then I'll finish talking about what I'm talking about. All right.
Come on, my nigga.
That's a female.
Wait,
That's a female.
Who tried to do this?
wait, who? Yes. Sit that motherfucker.
All right. And so basically, I just feel like, and the guy who whacked Sexy Red up against her head, he's 16 years old. From what I was reading in the comments, he's 16 years old. He's an aspiring streamer. He's been under Cenat's wing and stuff like that. And I just feel like Cenat's not his dad, obviously, but I just feel like, what are you showing these young dudes? Like, you know what I mean? Like, the little 16-year-old boy is there. Sexy Red is blowing tree after tree after tree after tree. And not saying that some of our family members don't be smoking tree in front of, the teenagers. But on a platform like that, I just feel like some stuff needs to be censored. Like, if you gonna smoke your tree, go to the garage, smoke your tree, and come back up. Or something like it. So it just needs to be a little fine-tuned, in my opinion. So there's that part. So anyways, moving on. Let's see. Okay, so I wanted to talk about this Tony Robinson situation where he broke up, or his woman broke up with him, and he basically crashed out online. I was gonna do a full dedicated video reading through some of it, but I'm gonna just go over some of it here with y'all, because this was crazy. So there's a guy by the name of Tony Robinson, aka Tony the Closer. And I guess he was a former NFL athlete turned real estate entrepreneur. And he got a rude awakening when he found out that his girlfriend decided to stand on business and leave him. Now, once he realized that his woman found out that he cheated on her, and she was in fact going to stand on business and leave him, he started crashing out on the internet. Okay, he started crashing out about it on the internet. And I'm going to read through some of these things because, child, it was crazy. So on this post right here, it says, I've apologized daily, sent hundreds of roses, thousands in Apple Pay, sent her favorite meal, came to our place we lived for the past year, and was told she's getting a restraining order. In 3 years, never been aggressive or threatening. OMG, my heart hurts. So I looked at this and I just was reading it and I'm just like, the audacity. So number one, he cheated, okay? So she found out that he cheated, and because she was standing on business and she decided that she was going to leave him, he crashed out. So imagine this. You see that your man been cheating. He got a whole hidden folder in his phone. He got a hidden folder in his phone. Can you imagine? Can you imagine what's in the hidden folder? So then you say, you know what? I'm out of here. I'm leaving you. So his response is, oh, let me send her hundreds of roses. Oh, she don't respond to that? Let me send her thousands in Apple Pay. Oh, she don't respond to that? Let me send her her favorite meal. Oh, she don't respond to that? Let me pop up on her. And then you gonna tell us in 3 years you ain't never been aggressive or threatening? You not taking the hint after sending roses, sending Apple Pay, sending food, popping up. Like, if you're doing all these things and she's trying to have her space, like, back up, homie, like, you don't think that that would make her feel like I might need to take action? But anyways, let's read these posts. So it says, watching people get in business, choosing sides, man, this BS was one-sided as F. Don't speak on what you don't know. The fact that I said my needs weren't being met and went unheard is a problem for me. Expectations of a husband while single. Y'all be married without the ring based on expectations of society. It says, bruh, I kept everything for years in my hidden folder in my phone. Photos, videos, I never imagined it being viewed. I got a new phone. She checked the old phone, saw my hidden folder, and me messing around. Went from happy home to hate my guts. Can you imagine what she seen in his phone? These images and these pictures that he never expected her to see. And these images and these pictures that probably are dated at the same time that he was dating her. And then he's sitting there wondering, well, we were just in love yesterday. How does she hate my guts today? Perhaps she hates your guts based on what she saw. And if she saw yo wanker entering into somebody's orifices, and if she saw a picture or video of said interaction, raw, perhaps. And I don't know what she saw, but I'm just saying, I mean, you're confused? He said, a woman living in world of broken men and want perfection without doing any work. Oh, now he's blaming her. Woman these days, I guess he means women. Women these days only around for good days and they run when ish gets bad. Sir, you have a hidden folder of stuff in your phone and you're blaming her for feeling some type of way, talking about she only want to be there for the good times, but she want to run when stuff get bad, when you got a whole hidden folder that, per your words, you say you hoped wouldn't, you thought nobody would ever view it. Sir, it says women these days only around for the good days and they run when ish gets bad. If I say I love you, it doesn't mean I expect you to be perfect. I understand I will have to go through ish with you, but together we will make it. See, these be the type of dudes who they want to cheat on you. They want to be able to dog you out and be like, but I love you though. We gonna get through this. But let that woman have a hidden folder in her phone. Let him see the type of pictures and whatever he had in that folder in reverse. And let's see if he would sit there and be talking about some, oh, ain't no thing. We could work it out. I'm here for the good days and the bad days. Are you going to be viewing it as, oh, this is just a rough time? She ain't perfect. You over there talking about some, oh, people expect you to be perfect. No, what if they just expect you not to cheat on them? What if they expect you not to put their womb in danger? What if they expect you just to simply be loyal? I mean, is that too much to ask? He said, I need a partner who understands. I've been through trauma and can grow with not throw me away. What type of trauma? What type of pictures was these? You talking about trauma? What y'all think them pictures showed? What that mean? I need a partner who understands I've been through trauma and can grow with me and not throw me away. What was on the pictures, sir? Black men, be careful. Once you hurt their feelings, they will weaponize law against you, even when you've never hurt a hair on their body. Excuse me? This be the problem with people. Guys really think if I don't slap the shit out of you, I'm not hurting you. Why does he keep talking about being aggressive as if feelings can't hurt you too? Like somebody slapping you is not the only way to get hurt. Talking about I never hurt a hair on her body. You hurt her heart. You hurt her heart. Like, what are you talking about? I may have had a hidden folder on my phone and I may have been cheating, but I ain't never hurt no hair on her body though. Like, you want a cookie? He said Beyonce got cheated on and fixed her relationship. Y'all think because of hard times, you got to throw it all away. Let her cheat on you and get her licked back and let's see what you be talking about. I showed up for you in ways no one ever has. Relationships suck. You go from best friends to nothing once you break up. He says, I flew to LA yesterday to try to get my girl back. She said, no, got my A on a flight right back out, LOL. Last time I'll try. I don't care what y'all say. You don't just throw away someone you love. You fight, get help, and try before you just quit. We all got trauma and someone is good to you but need help, you help them. Love you 1 minute, then F you the next. F that love-ish. So this is what she posted. She posted, she took one last look back at her old life and said, it's time, I'm ready for my new story to begin. And in the caption, she said, I know this uncomfortable season all too well. I can do hard things. When everything is being stripped away, God is about to do something big. The journey, the rebuild will be epic. I am ready for my miracle. My wildest dreams have never exceeded his plans. Who wants to join me for the best year yet? Let's become the best versions of ourselves. Today, to do, prayer, grateful list, find Pilates class, prep launch, meet a one-on-one with clients, prep NL team, and love up on them. So that was her latest post. And you said Drewski just made a kid cry on Kai's stream. Let me go see what they got going on. Kai Cenat Twitch. I can't watch his Twitch because it'd be way too many commercials.
What, Bryce?
That's what we were saying.
What about people like this? Wait, who's playing?
Oh, they playing that football head slap you with the noodle crap. So Kevin Hart is on there now. They playing music, so I had stopped it.
You can take the helmet off, man.
Felt very much teenage girlish. Yeah. Very, very woman-like.
Why?
Yeah.
Why you looking at me, nigga?
I'm going to you out there.
No! But anyways, moving on. So, what do y'all think about guys who could never receive what they dish out? Like, let his girl have a hidden folder in her phone. I bet you he be singing a whole different tune. I bet you he be sitting here saying, F women, women ain't ish, they dogs, they this, they that, they bees, they this, they that, da, 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 da. He would be singing a whole nother tune. He wouldn't be talking that let's work it out crap. He would be dogging her out. He would be dogging her out. Thank you for the compliment about my hair. I appreciate it so much. But yeah, he would be dogging her out. So I just found that ironic, and I was like, you know what? Let me talk about that. You know, and the last thing that I'm going to talk about is Keke Palmer and Halle Bailey. Hold on. There was a recent picture of Halle and DDG at a game. Hold on. Bailey and DDG. Latest. Let me see. Okay, so there was this video that was supposed to have been recent of Halle and DDG back together, seemingly posted on her Snapchat, and people were talking about this, and it says DDG and Halle are allegedly back together after being seen in recent videos. And I don't know how recent this video is or not, but this is what has been being posted by several different people. And now, in addition to Halle and DDG being posted over and over again, and this is supposed to have been recent, there is now pictures of Keke Palmer supporting her man at his graduation from the Army. So in addition to that, now we also have a family affair with Darius Jackson, which is Keke Palmer's baby daddy, and Keke Palmer, her mother, all celebrating him graduating from basic training in the Army. So they got a picture of their baby Leotis. And baby Leotis at what is he, 1 year old, done wrote this whole thing about his daddy on his Instagram page. Now, baby Leotis is a baby genius, because I was reading this post that baby Leotis wrote, and I said, "Ooh, he a smart baby, ain't he?" He 1 year old, and he writing whole paragraphs and all kind of stuff. He said, today my daddy became a soldier. Wow, I was so in awe to see him after so long. All I could do was wrestle him and hug him. So thankful for all he's doing for me. He taught me how to march, and he's teaching me how to follow through. I can either be a performer or a military man, or both. But no matter the profession, I will be a person of service, because my parents and grandparents won't have it any other way. So baby Leotis at 1 year old, or maybe 2, he wrote this whole paragraph about his daddy in the military. And then also there was pictures of him and Keke all lovey-dovey posted on, and that post I seen on Gossip of the City, where they was all looking lovey-dovey together. And what I want to say is, all this teaches everybody when it comes to these relationships is, while y'all be windmilling for these people, talking about their baby daddies and feeling like, y'all going to war for them, they is keeping they niggas regardless. So y'all need to save the think pieces, save all of the paragraphs y'all be typing about these men that y'all be not approving of. Okay, they Kuda box approve of these men. They procreating with them, they having babies with them, and they are carrying on these relationships regardless of what y'all got to say. And with that being said, all the while y'all angry about these men and having all of these think pieces, this is what is given. So I say that to say, child, it is time for y'all to mind y'all business as it pertains to these folks, when y'all be thinking that y'all be doing something by talking about them to break them up. Now, me as a blogger, I give my opinion when stuff goes trending, but some people, they really will argue you down about these situations, and they really will put these men on a plank, and they be wanting these men to walk the plank on behalf of their beloved princesses. But all DDG and Halle and Keke are showing you is, people go through relationship drama. They go through relationship woes. And, baby daddies get mad at each other. Baby mamas be feeling some type of way. They argue. And then they be right back in bed, while you somewhere mad and all of that. And they somewhere gazing in each other's eyes like that. So, yeah, I just wanted to pull that up because, child, all that is teaching us and everybody else, mind your business when it comes to these relationships, and stop taking everything so personal when it comes to these relationships, because at the end of the day, these girls is going to do what they do regardless. Now, in addition to that, I wanted to talk about Turkey Leg Hut closing, and I never even got a chance to taste Turkey Leg Hut. Now, all of the times that I have been to Houston, every time I would be like, oh, let's go to Turkey Leg Hut. The people that I would be with, they always would tell me that Turkey Leg Hut was nasty. It wasn't worth the hype. And then it wasn't worth the hype. And then we would end up always eating somewhere else. And I have not got to taste a turkey leg. And it seems like I'm never going to be able to get this turkey leg experience because Turkey Leg Hut has indefinitely closed. So that is the end of an era with them. It says that the popular restaurant Turkey Leg Hut is officially closed for good. Reports state that the company's landlord terminated the lease at the restaurant in Alameda Road, and the restaurant would have to relocate to stay in business. The Turkey Leg Hut started as a food truck in 2015. The owner, Nakia Holmes, announced she filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in March. If you recall, we reported in September that the Turkey Leg Hut was closed due to health code violations. An inspection uncovered 35 violations at the time, such as improper food storage, unsafe equipment, and infrequent cleaning. Holmes shared on social media that the Turkey Leg Hut was closed for renovations. Court records, however, show the business owes about $4.7 million to creditors, including nearly $2 million in state tax revenue. The records also show the business has assets valued at $50,000 or less. Yikes. So this is showing that Turkey Leg Hut is closed. So if you didn't get your expensive turkey leg, child, unless they reopen somewhere else, you ain't gonna get it. And by the looks of how much they owe, 4.7 million and 2 million this and this and this and that. And I seen on another post where it said that they had 110,000 in back rent. Child, it's just not looking good. Okay. It's just not looking good. Now, let me see if there's anything else I wanted to talk about before I end this live. The rest of the stuff I'm gonna just do dedicated videos for, but I just wanted to kind of do some type of live before I sat down. Oh, hold on, we gotta talk about this. Serena Williams. Okay, we gotta talk about Serena real quick. Serena, what's going on? Serena, let me play this video. Serena, what's happening? What's now? I'm on a YouTube budget. I know how to braid my own hair, and I know how to facilitate my own looks because I'm on a YouTube budget. So you got to learn how to, you know what I'm saying, do your own little glam and all that. But if you are glam challenged, and I don't know if the makeup color is the wrong color, or if maybe she isn't feeling well and she's pale, or the blonde is making her look brighter, or I'm not sure what it is, but something is off. Now, I'm at the point right now where my foundation is not matching my body, right? So like in the summertime, I'm a different color than what I am now. So for me, my foundation don't match, and I got to go and get a color that matches me right now. So I'm not sure if it's a foundation thing. Normally when I'm like, okay, so when I'm sitting right now in front of my ring light, the ring light brightness, sometimes if I don't turn the brightness down, it'll like flush out my melanin, right? It'll flush out my melanin. And sometimes when I'm trying to do a video real quick and I don't turn the brightness down, it'll like make me look pale when clearly I'm not pale. So, but when I'm outside, my melanin be melananin. So I'm not sure what's really going on here in this right here. And both of them, like the way she looked at her husband and then the way he looked at her, I'm not sure if they off a couple of drinks or not, or if they real good and tipsy, or what the case is, but something is just off. The hair, the makeup, something is just, he looked different, she looked different. They both look different. It's just off. So I don't know. Something is off. But yeah. So I just want to talk about that real quick too. What's going on with Serena? But we have seen people like Chadwick Boseman, and we have seen people that sometimes it'll be underlying stuff that's going on that we don't really know about and things like that. So hopefully, nothing like that is going on, but if it is, prayers to her, because that would be unfortunate. But speaking of makeup color, that reminds me that I definitely need to go online and buy me some new makeup, because child, my makeup is not makeuping for me. I'm used to my makeup kind of being like seamless. And so the fact that I feel like I see two different shades is not really doing it for me either. So I can't get on her too much because my makeup ain't really doing a damn thing. And the reason why you can't really tell that much is because this kind of black piece kind of covered it up. But girl, even me, my makeup ain't right. So I can't get on you too much because my makeup ain't even right. But girl, I ain't got your type of money now. I would have had the best makeup artist in the city pick out me the right shade. Girl, I would have sent out an assistant to get me the right colors. Now how I put this back? So anyways, that's a sign for me to get that's a sign for me to get off of here, because I done unhooked this, and now I don't know. Anyway, all right, that's all for this video. I'll talk to y'all. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Oh, in my dating show that I did, I filmed my dating show back in June. And my mama said that I need to release it for y'all for the day after Thanksgiving. And I'm like, do they even still want to see it? Not I got on a cape. This ain't a cape. This is the shirt. It's supposed to be. Anyway. But, do y'all even still want to see that dating show that I did? Where, like, I went on dates with people and all of that? Like, are y'all still interested in that? Or, like, just scrap it and move on? Do y'all even care? Or should I just scrap the whole thing? Because what I wanted to do, just being honest with y'all, I mean, clearly y'all see that I'm not with nobody. So clearly, you know, I think some of y'all know the outcome. But what I wanted to do was like release the dating show that I filmed, and then make it like a series where I go on like more dates with actual potential, you know what I mean? Cause your girl is single, okay? So yeah, I was like, dang, should I post it? Cause it's, you know, it's kind of, I feel like it's kind of old now. You said why I want to scrap it? Just because I filmed it so long ago, and then I put it on the back burner, and then now we all the way in November, and then it's like, child, it's old to me, but it'll be new to y'all. Samara says, single is the best route nowadays. Right. I mean, I agree. Because the dating pool is just crazy. Like, it's literally dangerous. Okay. I be seeing some of the stories, and I be seeing like, it's literally dangerous out here. Oh yeah. I also filmed for y'all. I gotta edit it. So before I did this video, I filmed a couple videos that I do have to edit. So one of the videos that I filmed for y'all was a story time that I talked about on my Instagram. So on my Instagram, I did a story time where I was talking about how one of my best friends had made a pass to try to fuck me. And so I talked about it on my Instagram. And when I talked about it on my Instagram, it created like all of this dialogue. It was so many people telling me like, if you ain't ugly, all your male friends want to fuck. And then it just sparked this whole big old conversation on my Instagram. And so I was like, you know what? Let me bring it to YouTube. So, I'm going to bring that. I filmed for that video today. I also filmed a reaction video to the TD Jakes situation. I filmed a reaction for that today. I got to just edit all of this stuff now. I also filmed, what else did I film today? I filmed a couple things. What you saying? Wait, what, Stevie? What? What I do? What I did? What I said? What I said? But yeah, I want to know, do y'all want me to do more story times also? I be reluctant to do story times just simply because people can't wait to hear, like, especially me, like, I be real critical about how I feel about things. And so as soon as I say anything personal, people be acting like they got a one up, like, oh, well, ain't you the one who woo. So I don't be volunteering a lot of information, but I don't know. Sometimes I be wanting to sit back and give story times and stuff because I be having interesting experiences. And, you know, somebody said talk about Kendrick. We already talked about Kendrick already. That was the beginning of the video. Whatever those rollers are, but yeah. that's what I use to make the look. But I was trying to show y'all my holiday flyer, but whatever. It's all good. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Thank you. Patricia says, I love when you wear that color. Yes, I love this color so much. And I always get so many compliments on this color. I don't really like to do a lot of colors because a lot of colors don't look right. I normally like black hair. And then when I do color, I like this. Blonde hair, like tips, don't really look good on me that much. So I don't really wear my hair like blonde a lot or like with blonde streaks or ombre. I do here and there. Like sometimes I want to change it up and I'll do it. But for the most part, like if I wear color, it's like this mint color. I don't know. It just compliments me, I think. But anyways, you said, I don't know how you got your hair looking like that from that pack. You should be a hairdresser. Yeah, you know, it's all in the steps. I perm and flexi rotted and dipped it and it came out like this. So yeah, this wasn't the original look. This was the final look. But all right, happy Thanksgiving. Shout out to y'all and I'll talk to y'all another day. But yeah, we might do some more story times. Yeah, man.